Good morning, boys and girls. So today is Earth Day. So have you been doing things to help save the earth? I sure hope so. Things like turning the lights off when you're not using them, or saving water when you're brushing your teeth. Maybe you picked up some trash outside. Maybe you planted a flower. All of those things are great things to help be kind to the earth. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. It's called Reduce, Reuse, and Recycle. So reduce, that is to use less of something. So I can use less water, turn off lights, and use both sides of the paper. We talked about that, didn't we? And reuse, to use an item again, like your toys. You can share your toys. It says you can refill your water bottle. So instead of throwing the water bottle away, you can refill that and drink more water out of it. You can reuse a container and buy reusable bags instead of those bags that you throw away all the time that you only use one time. Recycle is you can make new items from old ones. We talked about that when I put things in the recycling bin the other day, I can recycle bottles and glass, paper, cans, plastic, books, crayons, cardboard, and more. So those are all great things. And I have this little book here. It's called Because You Recycle. There's what the picture looks like. It says, sometimes the things you recycle become the same things, like the soda can and the newspaper and the plastic bag. Okay, see, that's the recycling bin. Of course, the truck that comes around to recycle your things. It says, sometimes the things you recycle become new things. But like what? Newspaper can become kitty litter. That's pretty amazing. So if you have a cat and you have kitty litter at home, it could have been made from recycled newspaper. Paper can become toilet paper. Wow, so all these papers that I have laying around, if I put them in the recycling bin, we could be using them for toilet paper. Kind of an odd thought, but that's a great thing. Steel can become bicycle parts. Like aluminum cans can become part of your bicycle. Plastic bottles can become jackets. What? That's pretty cool. So maybe the jacket you're wearing is made from recycled plastic bottles. And plastic jugs can become tables. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. So all these milk cartons can be turned into something durable like a table. I don't know exactly how they do that, but they do their recycling magic. All right, so glass can become kitchen counters. So you might have a kitchen counter that might look something like that. So the glass you recycle can turn into a hard surface like that, like a table. Cardboard can become paper bags. That's pretty cool. And all because you recycle. So maybe you can find some things and recycle them with your parents and talk about the different things that you can make out of those recycled things. So here is a little song called We Recycle. It goes like this. We recycle, yes we do, yes we do. Caring for our planet, you should too, you should too. All right, so what do we have next on our agenda? We have Earth Day patterns using sticks, rocks, and pine cones. So I will be right back with my little basket of goodies. All right, so in this bag, I have some sticks. I don't know if you can see all these up here. Some pine cones. Aren't those pretty pine cones? They kind of look like roses. A friend of mine collected these for me because she thought that we could use them here. And then I have some rocks. Okay. So we're going to try to do a pattern here. So here I have a stick and a rock. Okay. Then I'm going to put another stick. So what would go next? Another stick or a rock? Another rock. There we go. All right. So we're going to do another stick and a rock. Yes. And another rock? No, that would break the pattern, wouldn't it? All right, so we have stick, rock, stick, rock, stick, rock. And now we have stick, rock. So I'm making an A-B pattern. Stick, rock, and stick. Can you see all those? I sure hope so. Let me see if I can move it closer. All right, so now we can do it different. We can do pine cone. Let's see if I can turn it the pretty way. Pine cone, rock, stick. Okay, pine cone, rock. What goes next? Stick. All right, now what goes next? We got pine cone, rock, stick. Pine cone, rock, stick. Did you say pine cone? All right. Pine cone. Good job. And another rock. And what goes next? Stick. Pine cone, rock, stick. We can make a little song. Pine cone, rock, stick. Pine cone, rock, stick. Okay. Let's see. Now we can do, let's try something different. Let's do pine cone, rock. Pine cone. What goes next? You got it. Rock. What goes after that? There's pine cone, rock. Pine cone, rock. So what goes next? Pine cone. I'm running out of room. We've got one more room for a rock. I'll move it that way. There we go. Look at this. Pine cone, rock. I can't even say that right. Pine cone, rock. Pine cone, rock. Awesome job. So I challenge you to go and find some things to make a pattern with. So that will be your math today. Maybe you can find some rocks or some little flowers, but don't pick garden flowers. Your neighbors will be upset if you go pick their flowers, unless they're probably dandelions. But you can use, so rocks, pine cones, sticks, whatever you can find outdoors, or you can do it indoors. But I just thought it would be fun because it's Earth Day that we're using things from the earth. Okay, so next we're going to do Earth Day bingo. Now, if you don't know how to play bingo, I think your parents probably do. And so your bingo card, you'll have to get out, and it looks something like this, okay? You're also going to need some markers, not the kind that you draw with, but I'm talking about like, because we have to cover up these items. When I have this cute little bucket here that says Miss Sheila, and I'm going to take one out, and this one is the rainstorm. So then if you have rainstorm on your card, then you can take a penny or a bean, a dried bean or a button. So you're going to need, I think, 24 of something to cover up these things with. So you could take a piece of paper and rip it if you don't have anything, and rip it into pieces so that you just have something to cover up. All right, so we're going to play bingo. I'm going to call it, and we're going to go all the way. If you get a bingo, yell bingo. So in order to get a bingo, you have to get a whole line across, covered up, or you can go diagonal. Here is your free space. So everybody gets to right away put a piece of paper or your marker of whatever you're using over the free space. So that's a free thing that you get with your bingo if you go this way or this way. You have to have a line either diagonal or straight across, up and down, to get a bingo. So if you get a bingo, yell bingo. And even though I don't hear, we're probably going to keep going until we do blackout. And what that means, we'll get all the pictures covered up. Okay? All right, well, let's begin. So pause this if you need to go and get all your things ready, and then come back. All right, here we go. I'm going to shake them up, shake them up. So we are going to do, I have a pink flower, okay? So cover up your pink flower if you have one. I have the earth. He's cute. All right, so then you'll have to cover up your earth if you have one. I'm going to go kind of fast, so you can go ahead and pause if you need to. All right, here I have a sprout. I bet you have some sprouts going on right now. I know I do. In my greenhouse, I see lots of new sprouts this morning. Here is a water drop. Can you cover up a water drop if you have it? Okay. And we need water for our plants so they'll sprout. Okay. Here we have a tree. And here we have a sun. The next thing is, it says, I love Earth. Let's see, I'll put that there. And the next thing is a rainbow. Now I have an apple. Does anybody have a bingo yet? Okay, I'll keep going. Next thing is a bird. Another way to take care of Earth is to feed the birds. So I've got hummingbird feeders everywhere, and I put seeds out for the birds as well. All right. And the thing is the Lord created the earth, didn't he? He created you and me and the earth and everything in it. And so he gets really sad when we don't take care of his earth. And so I always want to do the right thing so that he will be happy. Okay, here I have bottle recycling bin. Bottle recycling bin. Okay, and I got the next one is going to be a worm. He's cute, isn't he? And if you watched the nature walk video, you will see when I was digging in the dirt, a real worm, a couple real worms. So if you haven't watched that video, you really should. It's a lot of fun, and I had a lot of fun doing it. All right, here we have a pine tree. Okay, a lot of people plant pine trees on Earth Day, but they get really big. So if you have the space for it, that's great. But I don't know that I want to take care of a pine tree that gets really big. And then pine needles get everywhere, but they're good in some places, parks. Okay, here we go, is a light bulb. Okay, we want to turn those lights off when we're not using them. Does anybody got a bingo? Did I hear a bingo out there? Okay, well, we're going to keep going until we get everything covered. So first thing is a bingo, and then we're going to go for a blackout, which means we're going to cover everything on our bingo, bingo card. Okay, here is a rainstorm. We saw that a little earlier. Okay, cover that up if you have a rainstorm. And here we have a leaf. Okay, I'm going to cover up the leaf. Is there another bingo? All right, here we have some seeds. A package of seeds. I guess it goes this way. Okay, so we're going to do that. Ooh, we're getting down there. Here we have a purple flower. So cover that up if you have it. And here we have a paper recycling bin. Okay. The last one was a bottle recycling bin. That one's a paper one. Here we have a bicycle. So we can save the environment by riding our bicycle to places. Like if we're an adult and we can ride our bicycle to work instead of our car, then we are doing something good for our planet and our bodies. So recycle symbol, that's the recycle symbol. So if you have that, cover it up. Oh, we're really getting down there. I just have a few more. I'm sure that there was a lot of bingos out there. Good for you. Isn't this fun? All right, here we have a lightning storm, which I feel like we could very well have one today. It's kind of droopy here today. How about you? It was raining. All right, and here I have a beautiful butterfly. So if you have butterfly, cover that one up. And last but not least, we have a bee. Did you get a blackout or a bingo? All right, give yourselves a hand. Good job. Wasn't that fun? All right, so you can go ahead and you have 2 cards. You can turn the card around and play again. So you can just rewind it and go for it again. All right. All right, so the next thing on our agenda is our Earth Day crown. So you can color some of these pictures. You can color the earth, and then you can cut out the pictures and paste them on like I have done here. This is way too small for me. Hopefully it will fit you. But I'm going to challenge you to do your crown and wear it outside and go outdoors when it stops raining. You don't even have to do it today. You can do it tomorrow or whenever there is a break in the rain. And then go ahead and do your nature walk, okay? Or your Earth Day nature walk. Or you can do this side, or you can do both. This one is an Earth Day scavenger hunt. It doesn't have pictures on it. So many of you will probably want to do just this side because it has the pictures on it. And you'll be able to follow along a little easier. But if you want to do the second side, I'm sure your parents will help you. There's some duplicate things on here, as are on here. So have fun doing that. I had so much fun in that video that I made. So if you don't get a chance to go on your own nature walk, at least wear your crown and turn on that video of where I went on a nature walk and crossed all these things off. So that'll work too. So, all right, well, enjoy that. And now I'm going to do a coffee filter demonstration. So in your packet, I put in a coffee filter. And I'm going to go get my things ready, and I will be right back and show you what this is all about. Okay, so you're going to need your coffee filter. You're going to need a blue and a green marker and a water bottle. So if you don't have a blue or a green marker, you might be able to use a little food coloring with the help of your parents. That could be very messy. So I'm going to use my blue and green marker. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make some scribbles on my coffee filter and we'll see what happens. Okay, so when we spray it on with water, the marker ink is going to bleed. That sounds kind of like not a good thing, but it just means that it's going to fade into the coffee filter and into the other color. So, doing some green. All right, so mine kind of looks like that. It's just a bunch of scribbles. Now, you're gonna wanna just kind of go back. You wanna be at a little bit of a distance. You don't wanna be like this because you're gonna get it too wet. And it's probably a good idea to use a plate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this plastic right here that I have. I'm gonna put it on the plastic, okay? And then I'm gonna just give it a few squirts. You don't wanna get it super wet because then it will take a really long time to dry. You just want enough to start to see it to do its thing. See how it's starting to change already? And I might have gotten it a little wet. I'll give it one more squirt. It's starting to kind of bleed into each other there. I could have probably done a little more scribbles to cover the whole thing. So you might want to kind of turn it a little bit so that it runs. It just starts to fade. Do you see it changing? That's pretty cool, huh? I'm going to give it a little squirt down here. Okay. Then you're going to want to let it dry. Ooh, that's looking pretty cool, you guys. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's really changed a lot. So let that dry, and then when it dries, you can take the piece of black construction paper that I put in there for you, and then you're going to want to glue it. Okay, but it's got to be dry, and then you can glue it, and you can save it. I used Elmer's glue. I probably should have used a glue stick. Do you see those black dots that came through? That's the glue. So if you don't want the glue to show, I would use a glue stick, and that might work a little better. But it still looks pretty cool. So have fun doing your art today, okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed doing all of your Earth Day things and taking care of the earth. And if you have been a helper, which I'm sure you have, if your parents have seen you do some things to help the earth, I put in a special certificate where you can actually color this if you want, and then your parents, or you can write your name right here, and then your parents can fill in what it is that you did that was so awesome to help the earth. And then there's the date, and you can write Miss Sheila here for teacher, or your parent can be your teacher. Some of the things you can write where it says, let's say, we don't have a Susie, but I'm going to use Susie. Susie is an Earth Day helper for, and some of the things could be being a super recycler, or picking up litter on the playground or around your neighborhood or even in your yard. Cleaning up trash around the school. Well, we're not at school, but just picking up trash anywhere. Turning off the lights, which we talked about a lot. Sorting, recycling in the classroom. Well, we're not here in the classroom. Well, what they mean by that is sorting paper or bottles or aluminum. You could be conserving water or energy, or reusing materials, or teaching others how to recycle. So there's lots of things. So I'm sure that you have earned a certificate for doing one of those things. All right, boys and girls, have a great day, and I will see you next week, okay? Have a great weekend. Miss you all, and just hugs to you all. All right, bye-bye.